I'll get us kicked off. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. I know there's a lot going on this time of year, and I just wanted to quickly say, wish everybody like a happy holiday season. I hope you guys all had lovely Thanksgivings, and also just sending everybody tons of love and patience and hugs as we all enter this lovely season of bouncing out kids that are still working through stuff and the decisions that are now coming out. So I feel you with all the anxiety and the like kid who messaged me this morning. It's like, I heard that Michigan has released the cube. Don't know what the cube is for Michigan, but apparently it's a thing. Does that mean the decisions are coming out like earlier than we thought? Like the anxiety, as we know, is real. So just know that Taylor and I and all of SACAC sending lots of loves and hugs for the upcoming decisions season. So, and hopefully over the winter break, everybody gets to breathe and relax, read a book, do whatever makes your heart happy. And we hope we get to do lots of that in the upcoming weeks ahead. So,
Definitely ready for a break.
mm.
I echo Laura. We're so glad that we've got so many people here. Thank you for making time in December to hang out with us. One thing that prompted this December session idea was an email that came across mine and Laura's inbox from leadership at SACAC. And they were just really wonderful at identifying that this specific group of IECs is growing, is evolving, and that they could probably be doing more to support us in our professional development and just as a group in whole as members of the greater SACAC. And so they said, would you guys mind, maybe facilitating a listening session to see what type of needs are out there? And I know that we as a group have teased ideas before of what we as individuals or we as a collective would benefit from as independent educational consultants. But we are all so different. So, what we thought would be a great idea is to create a session where we break out into smaller groups and we start brainstorming. What SACAC leadership would love to hear from us is what are things that we feel like we could use and would benefit us as a group and a collective as it relates to professional development. What would we like to see as it relates to better mentorship? What would it look like to maybe have more IEC friendly events? Really, it's anything goes kind of thing. They said dream big. They said it's okay to, shoot your pie in the sky or moonshot, whatever you call it. Like what they really want to do is find unique ways for us to grow, not only as SACAC as a whole, but our lovely group of IECs that is growing pretty quickly. I think they're also seeing the number of folks that are joining SACAC that are on the independent side. And so we thought, well, what better way than to break out with these professionals? And some of us have been doing this for a long time. And I think we all have something to offer the conversation. We've got folks that are, I know when we asked you to register for this webinar, we teased up the idea of like adding a few tags to your name. And some of you did that. So thank you so much. We are actually starting a database for us to have so we can, one, utilize each other more often, that we can communicate with each other a little bit easier, and be able to identify those of us who really are superstars in certain areas. I know a few that came to mind were folks that are really comfortable working with military families or VA benefits. We've got folks that are really keen on working with students with learning differences and neurodivergence. We've got folks that are really good with athletic recruitment, international students, boarding schools. Like we have such a plethora. I was making my Excel spreadsheet based on the tags, and I kept having to add more tags because we are such a diverse group of folks that work with so many different students that I was like, oh, that's a good one. Let me add it. So one of the things that I'd love for us to do is become more familiar with what our kind of superpowers are and the things that we feel like we do well individually. And then today, I want us to break out into groups and really talk through what the future of SACAC and IEC involvement could look like. And so some of the things that we had teed up for y'all are we made a document. And so what we thought would work well is we're going to split up the group randomly. So we're just going to let Zoom kind of break us out into different groups. I think I'm going to do 5 groups. That way there's a little less folks in each group, so there's more opportunity to speak. But I'm going to share a link to a working document in the chat here in a minute, and each breakout group has their own tab. And what we would like y'all to do is designate one person to kind of be the note taker or documenter for your group. And at the top of each tab are just some starter questions, just to get the brain flowing, get the conversation started. But please don't feel like you only have to address the 3 questions. We want this to be a dreaming session. We want it to be a brainstorming session. What do you want to see SACAC do, not only for us, but with us? Do you have any cool ideas? I know a lot of us have birthed ideas even recently about stuff that we could be doing differently at conference. So like, please think of everything as it relates to in-person things, virtual things. Again, dream big. That's kind of what they want to see. So yeah, did I leave anything out, Laura? I'm going to create
No.
another group real quick on this tab before we officially get started.
Yeah, I will just make a note that the other thing you'll see in the document are just a couple of announcements too. So just pay attention to that too.
Yeah. The first page is a bunch of announcements. I'll just touch on those right now, just so you guys know they're coming. First one is SACAC conference. Obviously, we just talked about when registration is coming out. We don't know. It's supposed to be later this month. I'm hoping it's next week. They are still waiting to release the announcement on who was chosen to present. So that if any of you proposed presentations, that should be coming soon as well. The other thing that I wanted to mention, if you aren't familiar, when you go to register for a conference, that's also where you will register to do any of the campus tours as well as volunteer. So I just shameless plug, would love to see as many IECs signing up to volunteer that we can. It'd be really cool to like kind of show up in a cool way in that way. We will be doing our next meeting in real life at conference. If for some reason the schedule comes out and it seems like we might be rushed, we might figure out something else, but TBD on that. The next announcement is that HECA Professional Development is offering their virtual kind of 2-day session, and you do not have to be a HECA member to participate. They've got a crazy stack of speakers. It's actually pretty wonderful. So we have the information and the registration link for everyone in the document there. And then last but not least, Lumiere Education reached out to SACAC, and they are actually starting their first year of Excellence in Counseling Awards. And they are specifically highlighting counselors and IECs who go above and beyond for their students. So there is a link to nominate in the document as well. So if there's somebody in mind, definitely give them an opportunity to shine. All right. You guys ready for the breakouts? Everybody ready to voice their opinion? Come off mute, get your videos on. Let me share the link real quick in the chat so everyone has it. And I did make sure everybody has editing capabilities. And then I will also, once we break out in groups, I will also share the link in individual groups just in case it gets lost. All right, and then we will come back together at about, let's see, 20 till, 15 till. I want to be
I was
cognizant
gonna
of.
say about 20 till
Okay, yeah.
because of the
So
exact
20
same group.
till we'll merge back. We can maybe share some like hot topic ideas. But the idea behind this working doc is that we have everything already in one place, and Laura and I are going to compile the notes and make it a well-presented pitch to SACAC leadership and the member relations committee, and we're going to present it on behalf of the group, and we'll see what happens. All right. Well, thank you in advance for your amazing participation and conversation, and we'll see you back here in the big group at about 20 till. All right, let's see if I can do this.
Yeah, bear with us. Neither one of us are the most tech savvy of people.
Yeah, no, we got this. Okay. Assign automatically. All right, here we go. All right. Did you guys get assigned a breakout room, Patty?
No, I don't see anything.
Okay. Let me let me do it again. Or maybe we're in room one. I think that's what's
I,
happening.
I
Yep.
feel like I feel like I need to sign on my computer and not the iPad because this is not working well at all. I can't see
Um,
the document.
if you need to exit and rejoin, I can do that real quick for you. I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do that. I just don't have the link because that's what I need.
Here, I can grab it for you.
I'm so sorry.
That's
I'm
okay.
sorry, I was late to the meeting because of the FSU webinar, and
Yeah,
Yes, I was as
so
well.
yeah, I literally
it's
have
okay.
no
We had a
idea what's
lot.
happening.
It's
Yeah,
okay. All right.
sorry.
It's okay, Kim. I'm gonna just assign you to a room.
Okay,
And essentially what we're doing is we're breaking out in small groups and doing kind of like a listening session slash idea brainstorming, kind of pie in the sky wish list for how SACAC and professional development and IEC can better work together. Like, what are some things that we want to see? What are some things that we've always wished for? What are things that we could be doing better? And then we're going to gather that information and send it back to leadership as it relates to our group specifically. So think of like you as an IEC as an individual, you as an IEC as this greater collective.
okay,
And in each group, there's a designated note taker. And so we have a shared document where each breakout group has a tab. And there's even prompted questions that we've put up there just to get kind of the juices flowing, if
okay,
you will. Yeah.
okay.
Okay, let me find you.
I'm on the computer now, so if I can hop into a group would be great.
Okay, let's see. This is my first time doing breakouts, so it might just take me a minute. Okay.
God, look at the mess behind me. I'm in the middle of moving. It's really obvious.
It's okay. All right, Kim, I just moved.
Gotcha.
Okay, and then Patty, I'm going to move you to group two.
Good. Thanks.
Did it work? Yeah. Is it just us? What happened?
No, I see somebody else.
We got that
Oh, here they come. Here they come. I was nervous. I thought I like booted everybody on accident. Sorry, Laura. I got distracted. I'm a little over my time.
No worries. I constantly, every time I log into a different Zoom, I have to reconnect my earbuds. Go figure.
Hate
So
it.
if there's a pause when I log back in, that's why.
All right.
All
I
good.
think everyone's coming back, hopefully. Hopefully people didn't like, I don't know. Ah, here we go. Phew. I got nervous. Kim,
There's
don't
a timer
laugh at
that
me, Kim.
if people hadn't come back
Taylor,
in,
if
that we
I
would kick
don't
off.
laugh at you, what am I good for? Come on.
I know, you're right. My face is turning as red as my sweater right now.
Zoom filters, they don't show that. It's all
I
good.
know. That's true. Well, how did everybody? Good discussion? Yeah, feeling like we've got some ideas. I cannot wait to like dive in and combine and merge. I'm sure we've got similar ideas. Hopefully there's some new ones that we haven't heard of before. Anything in particular that like really got somebody jazzed up about that they want to share since we've got some time?
I'm just going to say really quickly, while we were meeting, I was looking at all of the different tabs as people were typing things. And if anybody wants to go and look at that document, essentially what's on every tab is basically the same thing. So I think there
Love
is
it.
wildly, massively consensus, like there is a huge consensus on the issues and possibilities. So that's a really happy thing, I think.
Absolutely.
Hey, yeah.
Matt,
Matt.
you've got your hand raised.
Yeah, so I think basically for us, the biggest thing to start with is continuing to build credibility amongst our public school, private school, CBO colleagues, just because it's something as simple as when you reach out to these schools or these colleges, say that you're either an IECA or HECA member, because there are specific guidelines that deal with ethics. We're not just people that are hired to get $100,000 to take your kids on your private jets to these schools. That's just the misconception when people think of IECs versus a school-based counselor. Doing that from the outset, I think everything else kind of falls into place. It's just getting that credibility built and furthering the relationship. All the other stuff should follow, hopefully, if that credibility is continuing to be built and vocalized.
Yeah. Anybody have like a crazy idea?
Mhm.
I want to hear the weird stuff. Not weird, but fun. Everybody's like, I'm sick of talking. Is it, I don't know how to pronounce your name.
Hi, Taylor.
Hi.
I'm Kazue McGregor. And
Causeway. Awesome.
yes,
Hello.
thanks so much. And to Laura too. I'm only going to just take a couple of minutes of your wonderful SACAC time. I'm here in place of Deborah Landisberg, who can't be here today and who didn't have internet. So you're probably wondering who I was. Many of you look familiar. I'm actually in WACAC on the west side. I'm calling you from Los Angeles. And I am here because I just wanted to reinforce what Taylor mentioned and included in the handouts about the HECA Professional Development Institute, that is really for both members and non-members of HECA. And the faculty, I don't want to take up time, but really, truly, it's a stellar faculty. Speakers from NACAC. Stephen Antonoff is doing 2 sessions. Deborah and I will be doing a session, but also we have Hannah Statland and lawyer. We have Patricia O'Keefe, international expert, and mock admission, and most importantly, a mock financial aid committee review. It's really inspiring. And I see Steve Tapper here because I met him at a former PDI. So I just wanted to mention that it's really for both experienced members who experienced IECs, who have over 10 years of experience. Half of the members already registered are very experienced. And we also have a mix of new IECs. So there's something for everybody.
Can
So
we
I
get
do hope
continuing education credit if we attend?
that
Yes.
is a very good thing. We're still working on it. No, there isn't an official, IEC. I'm a member of IEC and HECA too. So I should probably mention also IEC is having a similar thing. And I think they do have some arrangement for credit.
They do.
Yeah, and you get a multi-page binder afterwards, which does include a sample letter that a school counselor, former school counselor, has mocked up for some of the issues that I heard people talking about in their group. So there's a lot that you'll get out of it. So anyway, if you happen to be not doing anything, January 2021, it's a 2-day event, and all of the other information will be on the website. So thanks again for letting me talk.
Thank you for
And
getting up
Yeah,
early
that's
for
right.
us.
yeah, welcome.
For anyone who needs easy access, I threw the little blurb about it in the chat here in the Zoom, but it will be in the document. We're gonna go ahead. Yep. I don't know who that was. I think we lost him. Anything else before we send off everyone?
I saw in one of the breakout groups, just clicking through, someone had mentioned a contract between IECs and school counselor, just being able to work together. And I thought that was really interesting. Does whoever wrote that or discussed that, have you have experience actually partnering with in an official capacity with a school counselor?
Yes, I shared it, and I the school-based counselors, if they're willing to work with me, it's pretty much required by them because of FERPA. And I am happy to share the contract that I put together with a school-based counselor a while ago, and I've used quite a few times. I'm happy to share it with anyone. I don't know what would be the best
You
way
can
to
add it to
share
the
it.
doc if you want. Is it like a link?
It's a PDF.
Oh, just kidding.
Is that something where you approached the school-based counselor? Did you ask the family first? How did that relationship, how did you forge that?
I the first one that we did the contract with actually had been a mentee of mine. And then I was helping her at one high school and she went to another one and she was quite happy to work with me. And then other ones, I was a school-based counselor, so I know a lot of school-based counselors. So we've just they're happy. They know that they know they can trust me. And they're happy to know that the student is working with someone and makes their life a little easier.
When you say contract, what do you mean? What does that mean?
Can I share my screen?
If it lets you, yeah.
Time? Do we have time?
I'm just curious because I have a form that I sign, that the parents sign and the students sign, and then I forward it with a letter to the counselor as a way of introduction, credentials wise, what professional associations I do, all that kind of stuff. So I just didn't know what I tell the family it's a partnership, right? So I just didn't know what is different in that and then as opposed to a contract. So that's where I'm going.
The parent signs it saying that the counselor and the IEC can share information.
Yes, that's what I have.
Student.
Yeah. Okay.
Susan, if you want to drop your email in the chat, or if you want to send it to either myself or Laura, we can share it out as well in the follow-up if you would like, if that's an easy way to do it.
I'll just send it to you, Taylor.
Sure. Sounds great.
Susan Bias, is that something that you do with every family with whom you work?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I learned it at the PDI at HECA. So that was something I picked up from that I do. And at some point, I just kind of of the schools I work with a great deal and know the counselors well, it's like, hey, I'm working with so-and-so, and I just attach the form because they already know who I am. But if it's a new school especially, and I think it just establishes a bit of professionalism, obviously, and I'm not just, this is how long I've been doing this, all the things. But yes, I do it with everybody.
All right. Well, we have another group using this Zoom room in about 5 minutes. So to give them a little time to log in and prepare, we're going to say goodbye. But I want to thank all of you for your thoughts. I love that we were like mind melding even in separate groups. So Laura and I are going to clean up the notes and we're going to kind of make it in a presentable fashion. We're going to send it to leadership and we'll be in touch on kind of what comes from that. Don't forget about SACAC registration. Please volunteer if you feel led, sign up for tours, all that fun stuff. And if you end up getting selected to present, let us know. We'd love to hear kind of who's representing and what you're going to be talking about.
Yeah. Look forward to seeing lots of you guys in New Orleans.
Yes. And good luck with
Taylor and
decisions.
Laura.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Bye,
All right,
y'all.
y'all. Have a good one. See you.
Holidays.
Bye. Laura, I'll hit you up on Slack.
Sounds good.
Okay.